कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते भूरिदा जनाः। ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। Today is the holy day of the birth of Swami Shivananda Ji. Swami Shivananda Ji was the second president of our order. He was president from 1922 to 1934 for full 12 years. After Swami Brahmananda Ji, the first president of our order. He was called Mahapurush, a great person, by Swami Vivekananda himself, for reasons we are going to know later. And Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda Ji, used to say, I see Sri Ramakrishna always, in everything. Every day I see him. He told this one to Swami Brahmananda Ji himself. Swami Brahmananda Ji was always merged in Sri Ramakrishna. So he tells Brahmananda Ji, I also, every day I see Sri Ramakrishna. He saw Sri Ramakrishna in everything. Like an innocent child, he gave expressions to all his high spiritual experiences, which are an encyclopedia for spiritual seekers. He glorified the name of Sri Ramakrishna, calling it as Taraka Mantra for this age. Taraka Mantra is the mantra that takes you across the ocean of birth and death. So he used to call Ramakrishna Mantra as the Taraka Mantra for this age. He said, even if you cut off my tongue, I will go on repeating his name through my mind. And he proved it in his life. During his last illness, there was a paralysis, after which his tongue became dumb, so he could not speak. That right side was paralyzed. So including his tongue, whole right side is paralyzed. He could not move his tongue. That means he could not utter the name. But then he would always be uttering it mentally. And he remembered everything, and by science he would indicate that he knew everything. So in the last 10 months, he could not move his tongue, but he was always repeating the name mentally as I declared earlier. So this Swami Shivananda Ji was called Taraknath Ghoshal in his pre-monastic days. He was born on a Thursday on 16th November 1854. He was about 80 years senior to Swami Vivekananda. Father was Ram Kanai Ghoshal and mother was Vama Sundari Devi. They lived in a village called Barasat. Now it has become a town. The astrologer, when he saw the horoscope of this young child, he predicted that at his 25th or 26th year, he would either become a monk or would be a very, very prosperous man in life. And it happened. When he was 25 or 26, he became a monk. And Vama Sundari had a dream before his birth. She was praying to Tarkeshwar for a son. She had already 2 daughters, so he was the third issue. So she was praying to Tarkeshwar Shiva, and Shiva promised a son, and he was born later on. Therefore, Vama Sundari named him as Taraknath. That means the Lord of Tarak. The Taraknath is he who killed the Tarakasura. That is all Tarakeshwar's Nath, the Lord of Tarakeshwar, Shiva. So, but Number of deaths happened even when this boy was very young. He lost his mother when he was hardly, no, not mother, his elder sister. She died. Then he had to leave his education due to some economic troubles. Then he sought employment, because hardly he had passed his intermediate. Then he had to stop his studies. He started finding out he saw employment. So he got an employment in railways. And he went away, leaving West Bengal to UP, to Ghazipur, Ghaziabad and Mughal Sarai. So the Ghaziabad is the place where many saints lived there. So he stayed there for some time. There he would spend all his time, apart from his office hours, in meditation and prayer. So one of the relatives who saw him like that, they wrote to his house, he is meditating, perhaps he will not get into householder's life, he may become a sannyasi, therefore marry him very quickly. And then there was a necessity also for his marriage, because his sister was to be married, so they didn't have enough money to give a big dowry. So they arranged for a marriage with a family where they had a daughter to be married into this family, and these people's daughter would be married into that family. So it was an exchange marriage. So that is how his wife Nityakali came to his house. One of his class friends, when he was student, tells him about Sri Ramakrishna of Dakshineshwar. Then later on, when he took up job, Shivananda changed over from the earlier job to another English company in Calcutta. So when he was serving in Calcutta, he heard from his friend that Dakshineshwar Paramahamsa, that is Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, can teach you really about Samadhi, about which you are so eager to learn. So when he was 26 years old, somewhere in 1880, first meeting of Sri Ramakrishna with Sri Ramakrishna took place. That was at Ramchandra Datta's house. Then he sees Sri Ramakrishna. As soon as he enters, he sees Sri Ramakrishna is in Samadhi. So many devotees are there. Then Sri Ramakrishna, while talking about God, he has gone into Samadhi. So when Taraknath saw Samadhi, he was thrilled. It is about this one I was eager to know and I want to hear. Then afterwards, Sri Ramakrishna coming down from Samadhi, he explains many things about Samadhi to the devotees. So Taraknath was thrilled. The very first instance, without asking, he got what he was aspiring for so many days. Then the second visit took place after a month. Again it was at Dakshineshwar. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting there with some 3 or 4 other devotees. Then Taraknath comes and salutes him. Sri Ramakrishna was very pleased. He had met him only before. They were not very intimate. But somehow Sri Ramakrishna felt very homely with him. So he fondles his head. And then Taraknath says, I felt as if my mother was fondling my head. I found my mother in Sri Ramakrishna. He had lost his mother in his young age. Then Sri Ramakrishna told him, yes, you stay for overnight here itself in Dakshineshwar. But Shivanji, Taraknath told, no, I have promised my friend tomorrow that I would meet him. Therefore I cannot stay here. Sri Ramakrishna immediately appreciated. Yes, truthfulness is tapasya of Kali Yuga. So truthfulness is a great quality, virtue, which should be practiced. It is the tapasya for the Kali Yuga. There is no greater austerity than being truthful in this Kali Yuga. Then one day, afterwards, Taraknath started coming every now and then. And once he was staying in the Dakshineshwar for the night. So it was midnight. Suddenly he found Sri Ramakrishna coming and awakening. Have you gone to sleep? No, no, sir, I am awake. Then get up. Let us sing Ram Nam. So Taraknath started singing Ram Nam at night till 12 o'clock. And Sri Ramakrishna also started singing Ram Nam. Both of them started Ram Nam and singing. It became early morning and whole night was spent in singing Ram Nam. So that is how Sri Ramakrishna taught these young boys who went to him to be awake and spend the whole night in meditation or spiritual practices. One day, Sri Ramakrishna touched him in his chest suddenly. Then immediately Taraknath went into deep ecstasy and realized that he was Atman and Sri Ramakrishna was Paramatma, the incarnation. And he also felt that he was to serve him all his life. All this realization come to him just suddenly. As soon as Sri Ramakrishna touched him, he went into Bhava Samadhi and realized that Sri Ramakrishna was God himself and he was born to serve him. Then when he told this one to Sri Ramakrishna, he said, that is true, that is going to happen. Then Taraknath one day asked for giving him the experience of Bhava Samadhi. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, Bhava Samadhi means you see God with form, in some form like Shiva or Kali or Narayana. But Sri Ramakrishna said, no, you will have the experience of formless God to start with. Afterwards, later on, you will see forms. Usually, he used to say that you start with form. It is easier to meditate on form. And then formless meditation will come later. But to Taraknath he told, no, you will have first experience of the formless. Then afterwards, you will have the experience of form. One day he pressed, so you please give me experience of spiritual experiences. Then Sri Ramakrishna told him, don't be impatient. Mother will give you all. Telling that Mother will give you all in time, Sri Ramakrishna wrote a mantra on his tongue. Immediately he went into Samadhi. He got all the experiences of Samadhi then and there. Sri Ramakrishna once told him, you see, here to take my philosophy of life, take my advice in spiritual life, not only people from India, many white complexion devotees also will come here, come to this country, or come to Dakshineshwar itself. So all these things that are going to happen in future, Sri Ramakrishna was telling to his disciples, and Taraknath heard these things. So in the meanwhile, he had married, I have already told, this Nityakali dies very prematurely. After 1 or 2 years, she passes away. Then Taraknath performs her obsequies, and he was holding on to the job because he had married, he had his responsibility. So he resigned the job and went to father to bless him. You see, I have no commitment now, so you please bless me. I want to become a monk. So the father was very noble. Father told him, I myself wanted to become a monk, but I could not. But he was a great tantric sadhaka. He had vision of Mother Kali also in one of his sadhanas. So he was a very advanced spiritual sadhaka. So he blessed his son. What I could not achieve, may you achieve. The father blessed him and then sent him away. So he came to Sri Ramakrishna, started staying with permanently. We all know that 1886, Sri Ramakrishna was affected with cancer, and when he was suffering during his last days in 1886, he distributed 12 pieces of saffron cloth to many young devotees. One of his elder devotees, the elder Gopal, Buddha Gopal, later on who became Swami Advaitananda. So Advaitanandaji, so he had brought 12 ochre cloths and some Rudraksha beads, Japmala, to be given to good sadhus. So he said, where will you get better sadhus than these young people who are come here? So he showed Narendranath, Rakal, Baburam, Taraknath. So it was distributed to all of them. Tarak also got one tulsi mala and saffron cloth. That means directly he had been given sannyas by Sri Ramakrishna himself. Later on, of course, they accepted the sannyasa ritually later on. Then Tarak went to Gaya once when Sri Ramakrishna was not doing well. They were all serving him. One day Naren said, I will go to Gaya for 1 or 2 days. I will meditate there where Buddha meditated under the Bodhi tree. So when Narendra said like that, then Tarak also joined him. I will also go with Narendra. So Narendra and Tarak, both of them, went to Gaya. When they were sitting for meditation, suddenly Narendra saw a big light, which was perhaps light of Buddha. It entered Taraknath. So Narendra, when he saw, he was so much thrilled. He went and he embraced Taraknath. Later on, when they returned, then they told their experience. We experienced like this. Sri Ramakrishna said, yes, it is true, but this time you don't have to go to Gaya or Kashi or Ujjain for getting such experiences. Everything is here. Everything is here. Then Sri Ramakrishna attained Mahasamadhi, as we all know, in 1886, August 16th. Then after his attaining Mahasamadhi, most of the young fellows who were coming to him, they all accepted sannyas. They donned the ochre robe and each assumed a name. And the name that was given to Taraknath was Swami Shivananda. So from that day onwards, he became Swami Shivananda. Then when he passed away, then Kashipur Garden House, where Sri Ramakrishna was suffering and he was being treated. So that was a big bungalow house, and the rent for which was being paid by one Mr. Surendra. This Surendra, so he said, now Sri Ramakrishna is no more. This all of you vacate. Let us hand over this house to the owner. So the house was vacated. Where will these youngsters go? Sri Ramakrishna had asked Swami Vivekananda, so you should not allow all the youngsters to go back to household life. You must inspire them and make them into a band of monastic order. So Narendranath was thinking how to hold them all together. There is no house at all to stay. Then Sri Ramakrishna himself appeared in a divine vision to Surendra in his house. He said, you are sleeping here comfortably when my children are moving about without a house. Go and help them. Then Surendra got up then and there, ran to find out Narendranath. Then he asked him, what are you doing? What do you propose to do? So they said, we want to hire a house where we all can stay together and do spiritual sadhana. And then if householders also would come, they can also come and see us and spend a few hours with us. We will share experiences with them. Then immediately Surendra started searching a house. Or he told Narendranath, you find out a suitable house, then I will pay the rent and I will also pay for your upkeep. So that is how the first Ramakrishna Mutt was formed in Varaha Nagara, Baranagor. And then the Baronagar came up. Now all the youngsters. To start with, from the very beginning, Swami Shivananda was an inmate. Then another inmate was Latu Maharaj. Another inmate was Swami Advaitananda. These three, they had absolutely no other connection at all. Then later on, all the other youngsters also, one after another, they came and joined them. Then afterward, this Taraknath, one day he felt a great desire to go and do tapasya in the Himalayas. So he started out and then walking along, seeing many pilgrimages on the way, he reached Almora. Now Almora has become a big district town. And at that time it was not that. It was full, even though a lot of jungle is there. So there he went. And then there he met one very rich man, one Lala Badri Shah, who became later on great friend of the mission, great friend of Swami Vivekananda. He was a rich merchant there. And he had no children. He wanted a child. By the blessings of Taraknath, he got a child. So he became much more devoted, knowing that such a divine power they have, they can help us in every way. Then there was one theosophist from England, one E.T. Sturdy. E.T. Sturdy, later on he became a disciple of Swami Vivekananda. He helped also Swami Vivekananda's work in London. So this E.T. Sturdy, he had come to India and he was practicing austerities in Almora. So he came, and then when he saw Swami Shivananda, he saw in him a perfect Rajyogin. He would just sit and go into Samadhi. So in any place, it would take a few minutes for him to sit and merge into Samadhi. He was so inspired by him, he became a great devotee of him. It was this devotion to Swami Shivananda which later on attracted him to Vivekananda in London. When he went back to London, then Swamiji came to London from America. When he started the lecture, E.T. Sturdy introduced himself. I know one Swami Shivananda there in Almora. Then Swamiji said, he is my brother disciple. That is how they got introduced to one another, and he became a great devotee of Swami Vivekananda also. So in 1893, when Swamiji had left for America, then Swami Shivananda also started out wandering in India. So by wandering, he came to South also. So in South he came to Kanchi, he visited Madras, he visited Chidambaram, Madurai, Rameshwaram, he went to Bangalore also, he visited Srirangam also. Then when he came back from Srirangam to Madras in 1893, when Swamiji was away, was going to America, at that time Swamiji was not so much known. Swamiji had come to Madras, of course. A few people knew him, but he was not well known to the whole world. Yet the Parliament of Religion had to take place there. Sri Ramakrishna's anniversary was celebrated by his devotees in Madras. Those few young people who knew Swami Vivekananda and through him Swami Sri Ramakrishna. And Swami Shivananda joined them. They had all great joy. Then Shivananda left for Varanasi. There he met all the old saints whom Holy Mother had met, Sri Ramakrishna had met, like Trailanga Swami, Bhaskarananda, Chameli Puri, etc. So he met them all. And then afterwards, when he heard that Swami Vivekananda was returning via Colombo to Madurai, so he came down to the south again and joined Swami Vivekananda in Madurai. And he was with Swami Vivekananda all through when Swamiji was in Madras. You can see in his Madras photos, Swamiji's Madras ice house photos, Shivanandaji is there. Shivananji is there, and Niranjanananji is there, and Sadananji is there, and Swami Vivekananda is there, and other household devotees are there. Then Swami Vivekananda, after spending quite a lot of time in the south, delivering his fiery lectures, he returned to Calcutta by ship. After reaching Calcutta, he found it was burning heat was there. So he could not withstand that with all the strain. So he left for Almora. Vivekananda left for Almora. Then Shivananji also accompanied him. Perhaps Swamiji must have invited him. You have already visited Almora, come, let us go together. So they reached Almora. There, Shivananji suddenly asked Swamiji, Swamiji, how to read others' minds? Just a question like that. Swamiji said, that is very easy, that is nothing. You make your mind empty. You make your complete mind free of any thought. There will be no thought. Make your mind empty and allow it free like that. And observe your mind. Any thought that rises there in your mind will be other man's thought. If somebody is standing, you are not allowing any thought by yourself. So, any thought that rises in your mind is that other man's thought. This is how you read the other man's thought. Immediately, Swami Shivananji emptied his mind and started telling all the thoughts in Swami Vivekananda's mind. Because all of them started rising in his mind. Oh, this is the thing you are thinking? Swami says, yes, that is the thing. See, both are past masters of meditation. So they could teach and learn in a trice like that. That was what these great Swamis were. Then Swamiji asked him to go to Sri Lanka. Go to Sri Lanka and preach the name of God. Then he went away to Sri Lanka. There he started preaching the name of Sri Ramakrishna by organizing devotees, talking to them about life and teachings of Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother. So many people, at that time it was under the British, lot of British people lived there. Other than British also Australians lived there. One lady called Mrs. Pickett, she became a great ardent devotee of Vedanta under Shivananji. So Shivananji trained her to teach Vedanta to others also. She became an adept. So she was sent away to Australia and New Zealand by Swami Shivananji. Go and spread the name of Sri Ramakrishna there. That must be somewhere in 1897. So this lady went and started some centers in New Zealand and Australia. That is the earliest work of Vedanta outside and other than America. America, Swamiji himself had started the Vedanta work. In Australia and New Zealand, this lady, instructed by Swami Shivananji, started the Vedanta work. Then Swamiji once told Swami Shivananda, those of you who have gone to Belur Mutt, you come to see there a big mango tree. Big mango tree is in front of Swami Vivekananda's house, in where Swami Vivekananda stayed and attained Mahasamadhi. Even now that tree is there. In 1897 it was there, now also it is there. And at that time it is the big mango tree, under the shade of which Swamiji sat and spoke hours to his Western friends. So that tree, Swamiji was standing below that one, and he told Swami Shivananda, you see, the power of this place, that means the power of Sri Ramakrishna that has arisen here in the Belur Mutt, will continue for centuries. Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother are guiding this Belur Mutt. So he said like that. So Shivananda used to tell this. Sri Swamiji himself has said, this order is being guided by Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother themselves, and it will continue for centuries. Nobody can oppose, nobody can stop, nobody can hinder the progress of this order. Then Swami Vivekananda had received a small, a medium donation of rupees 500 from one of the kings around Varanasi. It was called the Raja of Bhinga. So Raja of Bhinga had given 500 rupees to Swami Vivekananda to start an ashrama there in Varanasi. And Swamiji could not stay there to do that work. He had a lot of work in Calcutta. So he asked, after coming to Calcutta, he asked one after the other Swamis, you please go and start. I have received this 500 rupees from that Raja. 500 rupees in those days was a big amount. You could start. One house could be rented rupees 10. So naturally, he asked many of his brother disciples. All of them said, no, we are busy with this, busy with that. Then at last he came to Swami Shivananda. So Swami Shivananda also said, no, I cannot go. Then he became a little upset. He said, what? In the end, you will make me a liar. I have taken money, saying that I will start a center. And all of you say, no. And in my health condition, I cannot do it. So will I become a liar, taking money and promising somebody and not doing it? Then immediately, Swami Shivananda acceded. All right, I will go and start. So he came and then stayed for 7 years. He started a center and he would not go out for anything, doing anything. He hired a house, rented house. He would pay the rent and all the day and night he would be meditating there. And morning and evening he would do the puja and he could sing very well. Swami Shivananda could sing very well. So he would sing bhajans for him. Day and night he would be merged, either in bhajan or in japam or meditation or in teaching if anybody came. One person came to him. Then he said, I have committed so many sins, what will happen to me? So he was lamenting for his sins. Then Swami Shivananda said, why do you lament for the sin like crying over a spilt milk? There is no use. You just take the name of God. And the name of God has the power to destroy any sin. There is no sin that cannot be destroyed by the power of the name of God. Take the name of God and have faith in it. Everything, all the sin will go away. And the man followed it and he could realize the result. Swami Shivananda told him, Sri Ramakrishna said, sins are like cotton bales. Bales and bales of cottons are there. Grace of Lord is like a spark of fire, enough to burn any number of bales of cotton. Say 100 bales of cotton are there. Do you require 100 bales of fire? You require only one spark. One spark, you said, whole 100 bales go away. So, after hearing this one, that man was inspired. He took the name of God and became very pure. Then after staying there for quite some time, after that, when he started that center, that was on the 4th of July. 4th of July 1902. On the very day, Swami Vivekananda passed away. Swami Vivekananda told him, don't make me a liar, go and start. On the very day before Swami passed away, so he started that center on this side, Swamiji passed away. And he put Swami Vivekananda's picture also, along with Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother. Perhaps he was the first person to worship all 3 pictures in the shrine. Up to him, the only Swami Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother's picture is to be worshipped. No other disciples was kept by the side, on par with Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother. But it was Shivanandaji who started. He placed the picture of Swamiji by the side of Sri Ramakrishna and Mother, and the worship started. He himself worshipped that. Then after doing that one, he comes to Ranchi. So another their devotee meets him, and then that devotee laments, "We couldn't see Sri Ramakrishna. We are far away from Calcutta. Though we lived in his time, we could not see him." So they were lamenting. Then Swami Shivananda told them, "Why? You have seen me. You have seen the Son of God. He that has seen the Son has seen the Father." So Sri Ramakrishna might not have seen. He who hath seen the Son hath seen the Father. I and my Father are one. Swami Shivananda could say this one. Then again for the second time, Swami Shivananda came to South. This time it was with Swami Brahmanandaji. He came with him in 1921 to inaugurate our students' home, Mylapore. So to inaugurate that one, so when Brahmanandaji came, he also accompanied him. He stayed in our own campus, where Swami Brahmanandaji stayed in one room in the old shrine building. One of the rooms Brahmanandaji stayed, adjacent room Swami Shivananda stayed. They stayed for almost 2 months there in 1922. Then 1921. Then they went to Bangalore and Mysore. In Mysore, Swami Shivananda went to see the Chamundi temple on the hillock. Chamundi is the deity worshipped by all the kings of Mysore. So Mysore, she is the royal deity. And Swami Shivananda went to see the Chamundi temple. When he went there, he saw a living mother there. Living mother Chamundi there. He had a vision of her. Then after from there, he went to Melkote. Melkote is another pilgrimage where Ramanuja stayed for 12 years and gave Diksha to thousands and thousands in Karnataka. So he went there. There he also saw, there also Narayana's temple is there, famous temple. He saw that one. Then in 1922, he was asked by Swami Brahmanandaji, "You please go to Dhaka and initiate people there." Then Swami Shivananda, first he was hesitant. He declined, "No, why should I go when you are there? You initiate. Holy Mother is there, let her initiate." So he was hesitant. Then he got a dream in which Holy Mother appeared. Holy Mother had passed away in 1920. This is happening in 1922. He had a dream when he had refused to go. He had a dream in which Holy Mother came and then said, "If you do not go and initiate people in Dhaka, who else will?" Then he thought it is the order of the Holy Mother. So he got up and said, "I will go and initiate because I have been ordered by Holy Mother. I cannot refuse her." So he went and lots of people came to him. He initiated quite a number of them. Once in Dakshineshwar, Swami Shivananda had heard from Sri Ramakrishna himself. He used to tell about his initiating people. He told, Swami Shivananda is telling, once Sri Ramakrishna told us, me, Swami Brahmananda, Swami Vivekananda, who were all just youngsters. So he told one day, you will have to initiate many people in future. Sri Ramakrishna is telling in 1886, and that is coming true after 36 years. In 1922, Shivananda started initiating. You will have to initiate many people in future. Can it become false? That is why it is happening like this. So Shivananda used to tell. In 1922, while SB was in, Swami Brahmanandaji was in deathbed, Swami Shivananda started praying to Sri Ramakrishna, please cure Swami Brahmananda, please cure Swami Brahmananda. Sri Ramakrishna used to appear in his vision and Shivananda used to see him, but he would not answer at all and he would disappear. Second time again he prayed, then again Sri Ramakrishna appeared. So he prayed to him. He just listened, he disappeared, without telling anything. 3 times it happened and he did not give any reply at all. Afterwards Swami Brahmanandaji passed away. So Swami Shivananda used to say, you see, I prayed to see Ramakrishna. He would never say yes or no. Simply he would appear before me because I prayed. And then he would not say anything about the issue for which I was praying for. 3 times he appeared and disappeared. And Swami Brahmananji passed away. In an interesting incident, in the case of Swami Subodhananji used to say, you see, so Subodhananji passed away in 1932 and Mahapurush Maharaj was there alive. He passed away in 1934. So Subodhananji used to say, in fact, I am praying to Sri Ramakrishna to take me away, and this Shivananji is praying that I should not pass away. So we are praying at cross purposes. I am praying, please take me away. And he is praying that I should live long. The same thing Shivananji did in place of Swami Brahmananji. Then when Brahmananji passed away, Swami Shivananji becomes president. That was in a very interesting way. They had to elect a president. A sort of a democratic way is there of electing the president. All the trustees will vote, and who will get the maximum vote of the trustees, he will become the president. So all the people voted for Swami Shardananji to be the next president after Swami Brahmananji. Shardananji was serving as the General Secretary of the mission. Swami Vivekananda himself had appointed him as the first General Secretary. So Swami Shardananji, when he saw the result that he had been elected, he said, no, I cannot take up this job of become the president because Swami Vivekananda has asked me to be the General Secretary. Until I die, I will be General Secretary only. I don't want any other post. So he refused. Then what will happen? Then Sharat Maharaj said, I will give all my votes to Swami Shivananda. Let him become the president. And there are so many other trustees also. All of them, they agreed, all that. So this is how Swami Shivananji became the president from 1922 to 1934. Once in Belur Math, they had to celebrate the birthday of Sri Ramakrishna. And on the birthday, lot of people, thousands and thousands come, thousands and thousands are fed with prasad. 40 to 50,000 people come. So then, tomorrow is the festival, and today the lot of khichdi has to be cooked from this night onwards. It was raining and raining and raining. So everybody came to Swami Shivananji, what will happen if it is raining like this? At that time there were no big buildings. In the open only you have to prepare khichdi and store it also in big vessels and serve. So everywhere there is water, it is pouring. What will happen? When will you start cooking? And even if you cook somewhere in a closed place, the whole thing is to be kept in the open. How to serve? Where will the people sit? Then Sri Ram Swamiji, Shivananji came out in the open and looked at the sky and prayed to Sri Ramakrishna. So immediately the rain stopped. And the whole of next day there was no rain at all. And the whole function went off very well. So he could pray to Sri Ramakrishna so effectively. The whole next day the function went off very well. Then in 1924, again for the third time, Swami Shivananji came to South. So he came to South, to Chennai. From Chennai, he went to Kunur. It was at that time Swami Ranganathananji was a young man, was a hardly 18-year-old high school boy from Kerala. He heard Swami Shivananji is coming. So he left his studies, came away to Madras to get initiated by him. Then he followed him to Kunur. So along with him there was another senior Swami. Then they met him in Kunur. In Kunur he was initiated. Swami Ranganathanji was initiated by Swami Shivananji in 1924. And then after initiation, they stayed there for 2-3 days. One day early morning, one day in the evening, Swami Shivanandaji and the other Swamis, they went for a walk in Ooty. So from Kunur they had gone to Ooty. Ooty there was a devotee's house. They were staying in a devotee's house. So from the devotee's house they were walking by the side of a tea garden. While going by the side of the tea garden, Swami Shivananda looked at the beautiful tea garden. It was a vast tea garden of several acres. So he just made a remark, "Oh, this place is so beautiful. If somebody can give some land, we can start an ashram here." He just remarked like that. It was on the evening of one day. Then they returned from the walk. They all went for sleep. Next day, early morning, after breakfast, all the Swamis were sitting outside that house. Suddenly, one middle-aged man came who belonged to that place. He came straight. There were so many Swamis there. And then straight he went to Swami Shivananda Ji. And then he told, "Sir, last night I had a dream. Mother Mariamma came." Mother Mariamma is Kali. Mother Mariamma came. She said, "You go and give 2 acres of land to that Swami who is there in that house in Ooty." So she pointed out this house. She pointed out you also. "So I have come here. You please select any 2 acres of land." And they were all wonderstruck. He had just told the previous evening, it would be good if we start an ashram. That is the wish of God Himself. Immediately it got fulfilled on the very next day. That is where our present Ooty ashrama stands. Ooty ashrama is a very beautiful ashrama. And he visited again 1925 on way to Bombay. From Madras he was going to Bombay via Kadapa. Now Kadapa we have a center. So there is an interesting story of this center coming up. So in 25 when he was going, Swami Shivananda Ji, along with him Swami Sarvananda Ji was there. Both of them, they halted halfway. Halfway to Bombay is Kadapa. From there you proceed further and you reach Bombay. So it is a long journey. Therefore they said, let us make a halt. So Sarvananda Ji knew there was one Ramakrishna Seva Samaj, started by one Muslim gentleman. He was called Manju Miya. He was a Unani doctor, a rich man, Sufi Muslim. So he had donated a part of his house, part of his property, that is one house, to this Ramakrishna Seva Samaj. So the Swami Sarvananda Ji knew these people. He said, "We are going to stay for 2-3 days there. You please make arrangement for a stay." They made arrangement. So Swami Shivananda Ji and Sarvananda Ji got down there. They were staying. On the next day, early morning, Swami Shivananda Ji saw in the shrine of Ramakrishna Seva Samaj, where a picture of Sri Ramakrishna was hung up on the wall, that Manju Miya, the doctor, he would come, cover himself with a big shawl and would meditate for hours together. Then Swami Shivananda Ji looked at him and then told the others, he is meditating on Sri Ramakrishna, thinking that Muhammad himself has come in the form of Sri Ramakrishna. That is what he is meditating. So Swami Shivananda, when he says, we have nothing to disbelieve, he knew what anybody is meditating about. He told, he is meditating on Sri Ramakrishna as Muhammad, that Muhammad himself has come in the form of Sri Ramakrishna. So that is how, and day after day, they were for 2-3 days, all the days he used to come regularly in the morning, sit for hours and meditate. So he was so inspired by the presence of these two Swamis. On the 3rd day or so, before they left, so he offered the whole property to be given to the Ramakrishna Math Madras. So they accepted it, and Swami Shivananda Ji said, all right, he has given it, so you accept it. Then Swami Sarvananda Ji accepted it. After accepting, who will go and run the Kadapa center? Here itself there were only hardly some half a dozen Swamis. Running this one to send another one Swami or 2 Swamis, it was impossible. So he formed a committee he asked this Ramakrishna Seva Samaj, you yourself take this property and run this Samaj here. And then those Samaj people put a plaque there upon that. Dr. Manju Mia presented this property to Swami Shivananda in the presence of Swami Sarvananda Ji. So that in 1925, they put a plaque, a marble plaque on that front wall of that building. That is the only evidence. There is no paper, nothing whatsoever. So it was there from 1925 to 1995. None of us went there. And so once, there was a big hurricane. So all the buildings fell down. Part of this building also fell down. So who will repair, who will do it? So nobody went there. Samaj and people also went away. Then the government took over the building. So it was under the government, Hindu temple trust or something. So they took away and they were running it. So when we went there, in 1995, when I took charge here, someone devotee from Kadapa came. He said, Swami, this whole building was donated to us. So that part of the building where this plaque is there, it is there even now. You come and see. It is donated to the Ramakrishna Mission Madras. It is your property. But government has taken it away because nobody was there to claim. So let us go and claim it and get it back. So I said, you go and claim and get it, whatever you want, I can give you. So he wanted me some letter from me. So I wrote that letter and gave. So we have taken it back now. So we have established a center there. It is one of the best centers in Andhra Pradesh now. So that is how very presence of Swami Shivananda Ji would inspire people to donate big properties. So we got the property of that one, which is now serving hundreds and hundreds of people. Then the first convention of the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna all over India or all over world. So it was held in Belur Math. That was in 1926. Shivananda Ji was the president at that time. Then Swami Shivananda Ji presided over it, and then there Swami Shivananda Ji spoke, and then he said, Math and mission is the very body of Sri Ramakrishna. I clearly see he and all others are helping us from behind. None can stop the progress. Satyameva Jayate. He spoke that like that. I am seeing that Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother are standing behind this Math and mission. Nobody can stop this work. It will go on doing good to the world. Then, when he was in Ooty, he had several experiences. He would recount those experiences. Once he said, you see, when I was in Ooty, a luminous person, when he was meditating, a luminous person emanates from the space around him and pervades the whole universe. And I immediately felt that it is Sri Ramakrishna himself. Paramatma Sri Ramakrishna is that luminous presence. All universe is pervading. So it just started first from the space around, then the whole universe was filled with light. Then he felt it is Sri Ramakrishna himself, as Paramatma is pervading everywhere. And a family from Bombay comes to him, and it is a Muslim family. They confess to him that we are worshippers of Krishna. We worship Krishna and meditate on Krishna. Please don't tell anybody. We heard that you are a great saint. We want your blessings. They came to him for blessing. He blessed them. And from there he went back to Varanasi. Then in Varanasi also he had lot of spiritual experiences. He used to tell one experience, Shiva with matted hair, I saw dancing. Then afterwards Shiva changed himself into Sri Ramakrishna. Then I was convinced that Sri Ramakrishna is staying in Varanasi permanently as Vishwanath, as Shiva. So Sri Ramakrishna himself is there in the form of Vishwanath. Swami Turiyananda had also similar experience in Puri. He was going to Puri temple And Sri Ramakrishna is coming out of this Puri temple. They met on the way. Then Turiyananji forgot that Sri Ramakrishna has already attained Mahasamadhi. He thought that Sri Ramakrishna is leaving. He fell at his feet and then lifted up his head. Sri Ramakrishna has disappeared. Then he came to know it is the divine vision. So Turiyananji used to say, in Puri, he is permanently staying as Jagannath. So in Vishwanath, in Kashi, he is permanently staying as Vishwanath. So Swami Shivananda said, it convinced me that Sri Ramakrishna is the Vishwanath, staying as Vishwanath in Varanasi. Then in 1929, he was coming to the end of his life. He laid foundation stone for the Belur Math temple, and one day he declared, I have realized the infinite. To a Swami, he told, read our lives, they are the real Upanishads. Really reading other Upanishads, you may or may not understand, but read our lives, that will serve as Upanishads to you, will give you all the guidance for Vedantic life. Then, one day, Swami Shivananda was in his room in Belur Math. Then, he just asked his assistant, is there anyone waiting for initiation? So this assistant went down and found one lady is waiting. He went and inquired. And she was telling, you see, I have committed this sin, I have committed this sin. I am very much repentant, I am not getting peace, so I want to meet the Swami. So he came back and reported to Swami Shivananda, yes, there is one lady, but she says that she has committed all these sins and she is restless and her mind is agitated. Will you initiate her? So certainly I will initiate her. Bring her. Then he initiated her and told her, offer all your sins at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. Say, I shall sin no more, and you will get all peace. She did the same, and she got all the peace. Then he became so lovable to everyone as he grew older, nearing his last days. Anybody would come to Belur Math, he would give him something, whatever he could do. So cobbler used to come. Cobbler used to come and repair all the shoes and chappals, etc. of the Swamis. So at that time there was a rate for one repair, he would get 6 paisa or 1 anna or something. So Shivananda used to say, why 1 anna? Give him 1 rupee. So in place of 1 anna, he would give 1 rupee. So cobbler was surprised. That is the will, he is the president. So for 1 anna they used to be paid. The fishermen used to come. So naturally the Swami in charge of the Pandara, the kitchen, he would bargain for the price. So Swami Shivananda used to see, what are you bargaining? What is the amount he is asking for? Sir, he is asking 4 times the price. Give him 4% immediately. Anybody who came. So in the same way, one thief came. And of all persons, he went to holy Miss MacLeod's room. Miss MacLeod, Swamiji's disciple. She was staying in one of the quarters of Belur Math. He went into her room and stole away so many things and ran away. He was caught. So he was brought. So he was to be handed over to the police. Then Swami Shivananda said, what? How can we hand over? After all, he is a thief, because he is a person in need. So how to satisfy his need? He has no other job. This is the way he has to satisfy his need. So when the police came, he said, no, it is by mistake. So I myself gave him all these things. So he just sent away the police. And then of course he took those things of Miss MacLeod and returned it to her. So a thief also would. So everybody would get his mercy during his last days and his infinite compassion. Looking one day he came and saw a group photo hung up there. In that one there is Swami Vivekananda was there, Swami Brahmananji was there, and Swami Premanandji. Along with that one, he was also there in that group photo. Then he jocularly remarked, "Who is this rogue?" showing himself. He says, "Who is this rogue? He has become a saint, just being in the company of saints." So he always used to feel like that. I don't deserve all this greatness. Because I have been in the company of Vivekananda, Brahmananda, I have become great like this. Sri Ramakrishna had made me an Ishwar Koti. Sri Ramakrishna always used to say, Ishwar Kotis are a class by themselves. They are not made. Any amount of sadhana, you cannot become Ishwar Koti. But Shivananda used to say, no, Sri Ramakrishna has made me an Ishwar Koti. He used to declare that. Then, one day he says, do you know how much of power Sri Ramakrishna is? He has got infinite power. He is Lord himself. Why Sri Ramakrishna? Even we have got infinite power. He says, if I tell this mango tree that is standing in front of me, if I bless that one by a look, I can bless that one. And by His grace, it will attain mukti. It would change from tree to animal, animal to man, man to saint, and then become liberated. It can happen. That power is there with me. But Sri Ramakrishna would not allow me to do that. He used to say, by His grace, so much spiritual power has been given to us. Then, another day he remarks, Sri Ramakrishna himself is in Belur Math, because Swami Vivekananda brought his relics on his shoulder and installed it there. And Sri Ramakrishna had told once Swami Vivekananda, wherever you take me on your shoulder and keep me, whether it is a hut or a palace, I don't mind, I will be there. And Swami Vivekananda carried the relics on his shoulder. He brought it and kept in Belur Math. At that time, it was only the beginning. The foundation stone was laid. Swamiji did not carry it back. He told his disciples, you carry it back to the place from where we had brought. I am not going to carry. I have brought it, I have kept him here. So when I am not taking back, he cannot go back. Only relics can go back. But he cannot go back until I take him back. I am not going to take back. So Shivananda used to refer to this incident. Swamiji himself has declared, I have installed him here. He will be till the end of time, blessing the whole world until everybody will realize that he is the part and parcel of infinite God. So Swamiji used to tell that because he has himself installed it and Sri Ramakrishna himself is there. And he also used to say, Shivananda used to say, Sri Ramakrishna himself is in his picture. He will listen to the prayers. Ramakrishna's name is Taraka Mantra for this age. So in 1932, his disciple, one Dhanugopal Mukherjee, who wrote the famous book, The Face of Silence, about Sri Ramakrishna. So he burst into tears, seeing Swami Shivananda in a very, very sickly state. When he saw him weeping, then Swami Shivananda remarked, yes, Ananda also wept when Buddha was dying. So you are also weeping. He who is dying is a Buddha. So that is how he used to refer. Because Buddha had entered his body, Swami Vivekananda saw him in Gaya. Buddha said, why do you weep? I am going to be immortal. Implying, he is telling his Dhanugopal Mukherjee, I am also going to be immortal. Why do you weep? There is nothing to weep. Then, before his passing away, he had a vision of Sri Ramakrishna one evening. And another day, Swami Brahmananda, Swami Vivekananda, they both of them came and said, Tarakda, please come, let us go. It is all before his passing away, one after another is happening. So in 1933 April, after initiation, initiation of 3 devotees in Belur Math, he got a paralytic attack on the right side. He continued for 9 months. In February 1934, on the 3rd, at early morning, 5 o'clock, it was a Tuesday, he had asthma, he had blood pressure, pneumonia, all together. Yet he beamed with joy. His hairs on head stood on end when he was leaving the body. He left in Mahasamadhi in such thrilling joy. And then he used to say, even as earlier I have already told, even if you cut off my tongue, I am going to repeat the name of God. So his paralyzed body, he was so aware, so alert. One of our Swamis used to say, Swami Hiranmayanji, with whom I lived for 7.5 years in Bombay. He was the disciple of Swami Shivanandaji. He hailed from a place called Malda in Bengal. So whenever he used to come as a brahmachari to Shivanandaji, he used to say, hey, Malda has come, Malda has come. So when Swami Shivanandaji was in that last days, he was paralyzed, he could not speak. So when Swami Hiranmayanji went there, so he was just thinking in his mind, at this time will he be able to remember that I am from Malda? As soon as he saw him, though he could not speak, with great difficulty, Malda, he told. Immediately Hiranmayanji understood. He is fully alert. So being alert like that, he left his body. And he used to say, Sri Ramakrishna is the avatar Varishta. Swamiji is the Jagat Guru for this age. Holy Mother is the Divine Mother. If we can take refuge under them, no fear for anybody. Take refuge under them, all of you will be happy. You will get everything that you want in this life and in the spiritual life also. That is Shivanandaji's life, great and glorious. So we are very fortunate to discuss few incidents in his life. So may Swami Shivanandaji, may Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji bless us all. Niranjanam nityamanantarupam bhaktanukampadhrita vigraham vai Yeshavataram parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namama.